Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we'll discuss a movie, Leon the Professional, 1994. So it's a very famous movie in Russia, at least. I watched it, I don't know, many times. And
Absolutely iconic.
iconic, okay, absolutely iconic. Sergey says, I don't know why. Let's discuss this maybe. And I like the music in the movie. You know, the Sting, right? He's American or UK guy. I don't know. Sting. But
Okay.
yeah, I like it. I like it.
The Englishman.
Englishman. Okay.
Englishman in New York.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Leon.
He's from England.
Okay. Before we start, let's name all the characters. You know, so we can refer to them accordingly, not like the lady or the guys in head, but by names. So, what can you help us? What are the names of these characters? We don't hear you. Oh, please click a button. Tell us.
Characters Leon.
Leon, the main guy, right?
Yes.
So who is Leon? He's a hitman. He's an assassin. He's a cleaner. They call him cleaner, right? What do you do for living? I clean. What else? Okay, who else?
Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, right? Who's Uncle Tony? Sergey, who's Uncle Tony?
The godfather of the little town in New York.
Right. Italian guy, right? You know.
Yeah.
Manola, take children to the kitchen. I have a conversation with my with my mobsters. Okay, an Italian guy. Who else?
Matilda.
Matilda. Leila, who's Matilda?
A 12-year-old girl with family problems.
With some family problems, right? What? Yeah. So Matilda and the evil guy. What was his name?
Stansfield.
Stan. They call him Stan.
Stan, right.
Stanfield.
Yeah. Who is he? Vasanth, do you remember? Who is Stan?
I think is that the police guy, DEA guy?
Yeah, DA guy. He's kind of an officer, right? An officer or someone in some kind of boss. I don't know what kind of what kind of rank he had or something.
But he is a kind of Lee. Can I say a drug kingpin?
I wouldn't call him a kingpin. That implies that he sells drugs to other people. I would just call him a drug user.
Okay.
What was the name for this? Junkie or something?
Junkie, yeah.
Junkie. Okay. So Leon, Matilda, Stan, Tony, right? And we forgot the flower, important thing, the friend of Leon.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with the story. Leila, could you start with?
The film starts with Leon's and Uncle Tony's talking in the place. I think this place. Oh, okay. Uncle Tony owns this place, I think, and Tony asks him to do something about a guy who doesn't pay regularly to him, right? So he doesn't want him to kill this person, but only make him afraid, frightened to such an extent that he starts paying the money again. And Leon finished his job and then comes back home, right? He lives in an apartment. One of his neighbors is Matilda's family. Do you want me to continue?
Yes, please. How? So Tony looks like a kind of a businessman, not a businessman, like kind of a gangster, a mobster who trying to solve an argument between two different like mafia clans. It's how it looks
Yeah,
to me.
but while you're watching, you don't understand all the things at first, right? I thought Uncle Tony is not a good man first. Then I thought, no, he's a bad guy. Then I said, okay, he's good. Now lots of conflicts, but I do understand that Leon is a hitman and Matilda is a poor girl at the age of 12. She's smoking, and I don't like her clothes. I don't like her behaviors, but she's got lots of problems. This is normal.
But in general, 12 years old, 12 years old girl, she must be a rebellion, right? She must.
She is. She is.
So she hates she hates her family. She's the smartest one, she thinks, right? And she smokes and
If,
she, how we call it?
if I'm not wrong, she said this is her stepmother, stepsister, but how could it be that the boy, the small boy, is her brother? Or no, I'm not sure. He loves her a lot. Sorry, him a lot.
Well, maybe he's her stepbrother, but she just loves him, for instance.
Yeah, her stepmother is. Oh my God, girl.
You don't like her, right?
Oh no way.
Okay, let's describe her family. Sergey, could you please? Family of Matilda. Who are the, what they do?
The father is a drug dealer or a drug or man who saves a drug for corrupted officer, and he stolen some drugs from Stan, and they told with him about it, and they told him, if you don't put some drug in our safe, we will kill tomorrow noon. And mother is I forgot the name, chicken girl. She loves beauty. She loves some kind of sexual story, and obviously she lives with Matilda's father because of money. And she has one daughter, and she looks like a mother. She tried to lose the weight permanently in front of TV, and a small boy. I don't understand. Maybe it's a boy. He is a brother of Matilda from a previous marriage. Maybe because she loves him.
Yeah.
It's all complicated. But what we know
Yeah.
that probably in that family nobody take care about Matilda, I guess.
Yeah.
From one point of view, but from another point of view, we know that somebody paid a tuition for some. It seems like be a good school for Matilda, right? And its father. So somebody paid for her school. She's not going there because of her decision, not because nobody give her this opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So digitally, it's not at one point. You wrote at one point. It's not after the story. So in the beginning of the story, we remember somebody calling. So she took the phone,
Yeah.
and somebody said Matilda is not going to school for 3 or 5 days. So where is
2
she?
weeks.
Yeah.
2
Okay.
weeks. Yeah, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
2 weeks. And they say if she continues in this way, we will abandon, or what's the word for this tuition for that paid for 1 year. So it's not
Yeah,
her
yeah.
parents' fault. It's her fault, right?
Yep, right. Yep, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So parents looks like how we call it, asocial elements. They're not a good citizens, but probably they take care about her. I don't know.
They
But
don't care. Just look. think about a family like that. Every time that guy, father, I mean, just
Mhm.
slaps her face, and every time they ask her to buy something from the market, I mean, she is being used as a servant or something like that. I didn't like the way they treat her.
Yeah, but they did pay for a nice school for her. They could have just let her go to a free public
But
school.
Lee, money or what they pay can't show that they care about her. I think it's
That's
a
true.
kind of maybe show off, man. I don't
It could
know.
be. It could be. Yeah. My kid goes to this school. Yeah, it might
Right,
be. Yeah.
right.
Well, anyway, we can see that she is not in touch with her parents, right? She's how we call this age, teacher Lee, when when child thinks that they're the smartest one.
Well, usually that we call it the terrible twos, but she's older than that, and she's not a teenager yet. So we would call her a tweener. She's
But we,
between being a small child and a teenager.
Right.
okay, so it's a
Um,
your early teenager age, right? She
yeah,
become a teenager. Okay,
starting to become too independent. Yeah, or wants to be independent, but isn't really old enough to be independent yet.
I see.
Rebellious is a good word.
Yeah, rebellious. Yeah, it's against the stupid parents, right? So she's smoking. She's dressing like I don't know, like she's a prostitute or something. So
Right, right.
just to show this rebellion, I guess, my impression. So, but I guess it's important to understand, right? To understand the story. So she went to the grocery and. What happened? And Stan and his team
Uh,
arrived, right? Layla?
yeah, they talked to Leon, and she was going to buy some milk for Leon as well.
Yeah, we can say that she kind of observant, right? She recognized Leon and she said two milk as always or something like this. So
Right.
she kind of looking after him also or something. I would say. Okay, so Di and Stan. Do you remember Vasant, how Stan behaved? Right, he was very strange guy.
Yes, he took a drug tablet and he wore a head earphones and he played uh, Beethoven's music. Uh, so he got high and he killed the family one by one. And he enjoyed that musical violence. Then, yeah, and finally he managed to kill everybody, even the little brother of Matilda. Um, after everything was finished, Matilda arrived home and she sensed that there were some bad guys and they killed the family. So uh, she was just eavesdropping the conversation. So she understood the problem. Then she walked directly towards the opposite door. She didn't uh, expose her identity, real identity. So she went like some passerby, and she went to Leon's door and knocked the door. Leon was watching the entire scene and he was preparing uh, to kill somebody if they were about to disturb him, I think, because he was not really trying to help the family. He was concerning about his own safety and his identity. So he was ready to fight, but he didn't. And he finally opened the door and let Matilda inside. Mm, yeah,
Yeah, it was
so
a tense moment, right? When she was ringing the bell, please, please, please open the door, please. So it must be a guy without heart, right? To not open door to to a girl like this. So how it's possible? And do you remember this conversation between Stan and this drug dealer? It was something, I guess. So they were discussing music. I bet you are a Mozart guy, right? you should, I like Beethoven, but to tell you the truth, after the opening, it's playing, right? I don't like. So it was totally like weirdo, right? Totally, totally crazy, and. Wow, from that moment I'm afraid of Stan, right? We cannot say what he will do. A guy crazy like this, right?
He's a psychopath.
Psychopath, yeah, I think it's a good word. Maybe because of drugs, or maybe even without drugs, I guess he's somewhat insane, as teacher Lee wrote. Yeah, so not a guy I would like to meet in my life.
The same.
Yeah, so Matilda and Leon, they are met, right? And she asked for, how we would call it, for shelter, to,
Yeah.
I don't know, to, uh, she doesn't want to,
For sanctum.
sanctum, okay, to save her, right? Because
But what I am thinking, Yvonne,
Mhm.
as a child, her reaction wasn't that normal. All the members of her family were killed, and she was thinking to find a shelter, to find a place where she can spend the night. I don't
Well,
understand.
that was her first concern was, I can't go back to my apartment. My whole family's dead. What do I do now? Her first concern is, where can I stay tonight?
Mhm.
Right.
And then what do I do with the rest of my life? Yeah. But yeah,
Mhm.
she acted strange in a lot of ways, though. I agree, Layla.
Really, if a normal child sees something like that, or witnesses something like that, he or she will cry, scream.
She was crying. Let me in, please. Please.
He controlled her
Crying.
emotions.
And
Well,
they had,
she couldn't give herself away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you remember they had a dialogue, and she was kind of cruel. So Leon said, you had a rough evening, right? And she said, I would kill my father anyway, if it
Yeah,
did
yeah,
not,
yeah.
and I hate my stepmother, and my sister tried to lose weight anyway, so it's good for her. But the only thing I concerned about is my little brother. So she was insane by herself, I would say. Vasanth, please.
Yes, it was strange that like the entire family was dead, and they were playing with the piggy tie. So it
Yeah.
was, yeah, immediately that changeover was weird to me.
So how I explain it to myself, I think that it was not her family, in fact. So she just was not like concerned about him. It was a place where she lives, but she has no touch with all these guys, like with all these people, because they don't love her. She doesn't love them. So it was like a place to live. It's how I explain this, her
And
behavior.
yeah, they are both straightforward. He answers Matilda like, it will be like this forever, not just in
Mhm.
your childhood. It will be unfair forever.
Yeah,
It was good.
there are a lot of profanity in the movie, but they say something like, "Is life always shit like this, or only when you are a child?" It's always like this, or a wisdom, of experienced guy. Okay, so they met. She probably she asked to stay with him. Leila, do you remember he tried to kill her during the night?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Why he stopped?
I mean, everybody, even just a bad guy, could have some emotions. He's only a 12-year-old child, and in one conversation, he told her no child or woman can be killed. Do you
Mhm.
remember?
Yeah, it's
So
rules, right?
yeah. So I think, I mean, he's not that bad, but he has some problems because and the actor is very, very well, just acting, and his eyes reflect no emotions at all. Have you noticed?
I don't know if I can agree. I think he played well, and he played like clumsy guy who is like
Yeah, but his eyes. I mean, it's a bit, just I don't know, no feelings at all. Maybe, and also I thought he's not that clever.
yeah, we know that, right? We know that.
Except for killing. He was pretty clever when it came to killing, but that was the only cleverness he seemed to have. Yeah.
Could it be possible in normal life, Teacher Lee?
There
Well,
are people that really do not enjoy living, and they just, what we say, go through the motions. They get up, they eat, they go to work, they come home, but their entire day there's no joy, there's no passion, there's no excitement. They're just existing from day to day. There are people like that. Yeah.
Okay.
just think what Leon usually do. Do you remember they had dialogue with Tony, and Tony said, "I did not see you for a long time. What have you been up to?" And he said, "I was training." So he has like two states: training and doing the jobs. He's never traveled. He never read something. He never
He
watched
never
TV.
talks to anybody.
Never,
If
never
you
talked.
if you remember the movie Soldier with Kurt Russell,
Yeah.
what do you do when you're not fighting? I sit and think about fear and discipline, sir.
Yes.
It's all he did.
So machine, right? Machine.
Yeah, a machine.
So Leila, if I'm right, Matilda asked him to teach her to be a hitman, right? To
Right.
to
Take
accept her.
take
Yeah,
a revenge.
yeah. And what she did?
I mean, he couldn't believe his
But
ears first, right? What is she saying? But then um, she persuaded him, and there was this thing. She had no money. Lee helped me to remember this thanks a lot. She wanted to give him money, but she had no money. But she said, "I won't take your money." And she said, "I will clean your house. I will do the cooking. I will do this. But please train me."
Yeah.
So she tried to persuade him in this way. I don't know.
So she got a goal, right? She got a goal of her life. It's a revenge for now, as I got it. So she's going to reach this goal somehow. So she offered what she had, nothing, right? In real life. What do you want me to do to to, to achieve this? So
I mean, it's just difficult for Leon because he's not leading a normal life. I don't know what to say. Yeah. And because of his job, Lee, I think she fell in love with him. Because if you think that he is killing people, he's just leading a very difficult life, but Matilda thinks him.
do you think it's because of killing? I think it's because he's a macho, right? She feels safe around him, right?
I'm not sure if she is really in love with him. I'm not
but
sure. I
it
can't I can't
seemed like she
understand,
was, but or an infatuation at least.
right? But
Yeah.
she's differently.
Yeah. The thing,
I
yeah, when she told the hotel guy, "I'm his lover,"
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's a little sick in my mind. But she's a 12-year-old. I don't know why she said that though. I really, that part didn't make any sense.
I guess because she was playing like with herself. She's playing this situation in her head and trying to like imagine some situation, and it was part of playing.
She
What
needs help, psychiatric help. Believe me, because just think of after Leon died, she didn't even, just how could I say, Teacher Lee, to cry and cry for days, lament or something like that,
Grieve. Yeah, grieve.
right? She
Yeah,
went to school.
she didn't grieve long. Yeah, she has short grief periods. Yeah.
If I
Okay.
were in love with somebody, wow, I would cry more than 15 days.
Well,
Mourn,
she's young.
yeah, is another word. Sorry.
Mourning period. But yes, but she's young and she has a lot of bad experience. So I don't know. Maybe she was prepared to this. So I don't know. Hard to explain, right? Okay, so Leon started to train her, right? Sergey, do you
Yeah.
remember this?
Yeah, and she explained her how gun works, and she made some training guns. She wanted to kill the fake bullets. One politic with bodyguards, and after that, and we had the big period when they have clarification from Tony for working together, and they went to some drug dealers with the special tools
How we call
who
it?
cut
Cut.
chain. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they first time they went to one flat, and one drug dealer stop and not kill me. Okay, no problem. Please, Matilda, take the gun to kill him. It's a fake. Oh yeah. And after that he killed him. It was for me it was terrible moment, and when he killed some men, and I support him. I know that Leon is bad guy, is a hitman, but I feel sympathy for him and Matilda, but it's strange feeling.
Okay, Vasanth, please.
Yes, the moment he started to train her on the terrace of that building, I was like, what are they trying to do? They were aiming at random people in the park, and they were shooting at them. I was like that until the last moment. I was clueless because why were they doing such activity? Then later I was relieved that okay, it's a fake bullets. Then
Okay, Leila, have you heard? Sergey said he was like supporting reluctantly Leon, so he was a good guy in his eyes. He had a feeling, right? So that this guy is
Sure,
good.
sure.
Yeah. Do you have the same?
I mean, if he hadn't been a good guy, he wouldn't have let Matilda in his house. But I do believe that, maybe Leon had led such a terrible life in the past. I'm not sure. There's something strange.
He shared his history. Let me tell you
Yeah.
after. Teacher Lee, go on.
Psychologist injury.
Yeah.
Once I like the scene where she was learning how to use the sniper rifle. They happened to pick some guy in the park who was jogging. Apparently, he was an important person, a VIP of some kind, political, I don't know, politician. And he had bodyguards around him. And he's jogging there, and she shoots him in the stomach a couple times. And the whole security team rushes around him. Oh my God, he's been shot. She bypassed his entire security force. And she's a 12-year-old kid with a sniper rifle, So probably embarrassed them greatly. But that was one of my favorite scenes was that one. Number two, he takes her along on these training missions to kill drug dealers. Now he wasn't told to do that by Uncle Tony. He was just doing that as a pro bono to train the girl. Now I agree they were scumbag drug dealers, but he was just basically cold-hearted. He would just kill him in a heartbeat with no remorse at all. Okay, you shot him too low. Aim higher for the heart. Okay, this training session's over. Bam, 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 you're dead. Let's go to the next training session. So to me, he was kind of really cruel. He was a cruel guy, really. I mean, You know, he had no remorse whatsoever to kill drug dealers. And something that struck me as odd was that, remember one time she said, wait a minute. And she burned all of the drugs on the table. And he
Yeah.
said, why are you doing that?
Mhm.
See, he always left the drugs there for the DEA to come possess and sell to other people. She remembered his mantra, no women and children. She said, where do you think this is going to go? It's going to go to children on the street. So she destroyed it. So she had more passion or more compassion than he did.
Right. She's like made the next step, right? Made the
Yeah,
next step.
yeah.
Yeah, Sergey, please.
Yeah, it's a strange when you started to thinking about main character. It was strange situation because he worked for a good father who has a business with drugs, with different kinds of criminals, with prostitutes. But he hate the drug dealers and he hate kill them. But it's I understand that he makes the offer from Tony, but
So,
his this discussion about it is strange for me.
so yeah, just a discussion point from me. She not obviously like hates these drug dealers. She just kills them because nobody will will care about them. So no police or something. So she do it just for training, like killing some rabbits, because nobody will care about this because of his rules.
Yeah, now in modern society, in modern time, you understand it's just horrible, but because
Yeah.
it's a absolutely intolerant movie, I think, and but
Yeah, we should not kill people, yes, even if we are sure that they are bad people, right? How we call it, lynching someone?
yeah,
Yeah, he was a vigilante, basically, vigilante
Vigilante, yeah. So we should
of
not do that, yeah.
a sort. Yeah.
Okay. So what we forgot. And as I remember, eventually he introduced her to Uncle Tony, right? and,
Yeah.
and at that moment, do you remember at that moment, Leon shared the story of him, right? Do you remember when you came to this country and you was totally broken? It was because of women, right? Because of a woman. Something like this. And I like the moment when he came to Uncle Tony and said something about money. I forgot exact wording, but he said, "Can I get my money?" Leon, you met a woman. So it was like
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
it was like immediately. And Uncle Tony is better than Bank because banks rob it all the time and nobody is robbing Uncle Tony. Yeah.
And
Uncle,
I didn't like Uncle Tony. To me, Uncle Tony was a crook.
yeah,
And to me, he was cheating Leon.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I don't
clearly.
think Leon didn't see it. I want my money. Well, let me keep your money. I got it in the bank. I'm making a lot of interest on your money. I'm using your money for other things. I'll give you a little bit so you can get by. I didn't
Yeah,
like Uncle Tony. So Leon was being ripped off and didn't even know it,
right?
didn't
Because
recognize it. He was
he was
dumb.
he was stupid, right? He don't
Yeah.
understand. So you need money, you give this 100. Let it be the beginning with. Once in a
Yeah.
while, you can go there and get your money. It's your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, naive and gullible. Mhm. Teacher Lee, you have strange I button. I letter in naive. These two.
Oh yeah, it's automatic. That's it's a French word, naive.
Naive. Okay. Oh, naive and
Without
gullible.
that, we would say AI as A. We'd say knave. So that
Mhm.
tone mark tells you they're two different sounds. Naive.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. Naive.
Yeah.
And what is gullible? Gullible when you
You
like
believe
trust someone.
anything.
Yeah, trust someone without critical thinking, right?
Right, like new voters are gullible. Oh, vote Democrat. We care about you. Okay. Yeah, gullible. Yeah.
Well, I think that this 2020 year is terrible because for the rest of our time we will have Democrats as an example. Okay, Lela. So he introduced Matilda to Tony. What do you think about this? Do you remember this?
I mean, there are two things I could say. One, um, it is so strange to me that Uncle Tony looked at Matilda in such a way that he felt nervous. Uncle Tony was nervous, Maybe he thought that Leon was going to ask all his money back again because of Matilda or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Leon asked Matilda to go out and wait in front of the door, right? And Tony said, is it this girl, mate? Do you like this? I said, come on.
Well,
She's only 12 years old.
well, Uncle Tony used Leon to
Right.
kill people and to lean on people. In that profession, he didn't want Leon to be distracted with a little girl that he has to worry about. So to him, the girl was interference in his plans or deal with
Yes.
Leon. He'd rather she be gone
Right.
because
There is no,
otherwise,
yeah,
as
there is
it
no,
turned out, she was the cause of his death, right?
and from Tony's view, and I support this, I understand this, there is no way for being Matilda like something useful for Tony, right? In any ways, it will be something bad, or they get the money, or they get distracted, or they get, I don't know, messed somehow. So in any ways, it's wrong, right?
Right. Teacher Lee, Uncle Tony, that guy, is taking money from people by forcing them. There is a word like tribute or something like that. Is it, what do
We
you
call
call it?
we call it protection money.
Really? But they don't protect anybody.
Well, they don't attack you. You're paying to protect themselves from you.
Okay.
We're gonna burn your store down unless you pay us money every month.
It is
Okay,
really
okay.
illegal, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's extortion.
Yeah, extortion.
Extortion is the crime.
Okay.
But what they pay the guy, we call protection money. It protects them from the bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's step back, I guess, for one moment. So Matilda returned back to her house and found this, box from her father. So a bunch of money, a lot of money that her father had in safe place in the floor. So now he can hire Leon to to get a revenge, right?
Yeah.
But he refused, right? Somehow he said,
Yes.
for the beginning, he said it's $5 grand ahead. He said, I remember, five
Yeah.
grand ahead.
Well, it wasn't enough money or something. Yeah.
It was too complicated, or say, or impossible, or something. Because
I can't remember.
But we know that Matilda got this address of bad guy of Stan because Stan was here on the crime scene and he was interrogated, right? Usually, or how would say it? He making some explanations. So there was like another policeman.
Yeah, they said, how are we going to explain this slaughter that we just did? And Stan said, just tell them we did our job.
Yeah. And if you want more information from me, go to my place and say the address. So Matilda now knows the address, knows the copy, the exact room where to go, and she had money. So everything is there.
Everything is ready, right?
Everything's ready. But Leon said it's not worth it, right? It's a police department. I will not go there for this money.
Yeah.
So she decided to go there by herself. Sergey, how did she? Was it fine? when she go when she went to this police department, to DA department.
Yeah, and she bought some Vietnamese food or Chinese food, and she put inside the bag guns and bullets and maybe granates. I don't remember. And she went to police department, and she started to speak with bodyguard. Oh, hello, how are you? I have a fast delivery for police officer. Okay, go. And she went to stand, and she went to toilet, and she became to check each cabins, and the door opened, the door closed, and hello, baby, how are you? And
Yeah,
it was scary for her.
yeah, let's find a good way to put it. So he was not caught out of guard or something like this.
Off guard.
Off guard. He did not caught. He didn't how to say it. He did not
Wasn't caught off
Ah,
guard.
he was not caught off guard, so he had a sense that something is going wrong, right? How? I don't know. Okay, so and what happened? He took your gun, right, or something?
Yeah, they had a conversation about his family, her family, and he asked her about some details, and I think that he wanted to kill her, but suddenly the door was open, and went in a guy with dreads, like a reggae guy. And what's happened? Oh my God, it's okay.
And
Okay.
but I like the conversations that had with Matilda. So he said something like this. Now, when you are looking to the face of the death, now are you starting to love your life or something? She said, yes. Now I like my life. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
He said,
I want to live. Yeah.
I want to live. It's good because I don't take pleasure when I kill guys who don't want to live.
Yeah.
Crazy man.
And he made interesting. It looks like funny, yeah, with a drag.
Is it clenching or something when he did something with his teeth? Is it a clenching?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. Yeah, I guess that's as good as any term. Yeah.
He said, yeah, something strange happened to him, right? Okay, and another guy, a member of his crew, went there and said, we lost a guy. And we lost a guy because of the killer who looked like a Leon, right? He was under the cover, if it's a word, or he was doing some business with Chinese guy, and he was like collateral damage, if I'm right. So he called Leon just killed a cop from his crew. And they started to find him. They started to looking for him, right? He forget about Matilda for a moment. He put her there, and I don't remember. Leon returned back to home, right, and found a paper from her. Leila, do you remember this?
No, I stopped watching the film here, but I was going to ask you one thing. Leon knew that Matilda was there. Wow. Or Matilda knew that Leon came there. They were together, or they don't know.
No, she went alone.
Yeah.
To kill Stan and got caught.
Okay.
She left a note at her apartment that said, I've gone to 4602 whatever to kill this guy. So Leon read her message, and then he went to rescue her.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Lee.
Yeah, and a rescue operation was very strange. He was like a tank, right? He just went there, killing everyone by without any doubts, and took her and went back. So just no doubts, no
And apparently there were only 3 people in the whole building because he shot the guard and shot the 2 people in the office with Matilda, and they just walked out.
Yeah, yeah. But usually he was inventive, right? He used like elevators, some, I don't know how we call this things for air, tunnels for air in the building.
Ventilation duct.
Ventilations usually, but not in this case. In this case, he had a lot of feeling to Matilda, so he just came there, killed everyone, got back.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all.
And this was a personal affront, insult to Stan, that he came into his own building and killed his own people. What an insult! This is outrageous.
Yeah. So he went to Tommy. Do you remember? Well, you haven't watched it, right?
I stopped there.
Yeah, Sergey, do you remember he went to Tony, or maybe Vova, if you want to tell us something? Do you remember when Stan went to Tony's bar or what it was and asked it, we were happy, right? And then we were happy to use your service, right? Before that, but now it's taken personally, and this guy was Italian guy, so give him to us, something like this, right? And Tony did, as I understand this. Okay, so what the word is? Betrayed Leon. Yeah, betrayed Leon. So, and Matilda went to the milk in the morning. So
Again.
crescendo.
As usual.
As usual. The last morning together, I would say. So Matilda went. Sergey, would you like to describe what happened?
Yeah, and Matilda went to grocery for the milk, and before arriving, before leaving Leon, they create the special code, tutuk tuk tutuk, and yeah, okay, it's our secret code. When you return, and please tuk tuk me. And when she returned, he made SWAT, a lot of SWAT. I don't imagine for one guy.
Yeah,
And
do you remember the conversation?
yeah. And
Bring me
how,
everyone.
what does it mean? Everyone. Yeah, and a lot of police cars and a lot of SWAT and the guy. But it's about if we watch the series this moment, but it's a bad moment because killer killed maybe 10 or 12 SWAT guys. But if we watched on the Leon side, it's funny. It's a game. Yeah. And but in my childhood, I watched like a game. But I like the moment because it's a fighting. It's a guy with uniform, grenades, bullets. But it's a brilliant moment.
Yeah, and Leon again was very inventive, right? He used like everything. He was sitting on
Yeah.
the sailing, and he was making this what's the word for this? I don't know, hole in the ventilation system, and put Matilda there. And I like the moment when she understood immediately, like in a moment. Leon, it's too like it's not big enough for you. So probably it was a farewell moment, right? She understood it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was interesting. What else? We just discussing the the finale actually. So the moment of how we got it, how we call it, storming. Can I say or storm?
Yeah, the final showdown, I guess.
I mean,
I like the moment before the storm.
Yeah, I like calm
calm
moment
before the storm.
Yeah, final showdown. Yeah, I mean when when a SWAT team attacking something, it's assault something.
Assault, yeah, assault. Yeah,
So
the final assault, yeah.
Final assault. Vasanth, would you like to participate to describe this? Yeah, so Matilda just went back from grocery and was caught by like special police department, SWAT department.
Yes, and I like Leon's decision because once she entered his life, he started to get wounded. He was perfect until then, but after that he got shot, and he couldn't concentrate in his profession. So I think so that's why he decided to let her go first, from that crime scene, so that he can concentrate, and at least he could try his best to survive from that situation. But she is also clever. She's clever girl that she gave the knock signal to the police. It was brilliant.
It was a wrong secret, right? So it's immediately let Leon know that something went wrong, right? So
It wasn't her. Yeah, it wasn't her.
but if someone making secret code and it's a broad secret code, so I know that guys went for me.
Yeah, yeah. He knew two things. He knew that she had been caught, and it wasn't her at the door.
But there are a lot of like small funny moments, right? When this officer looking like from the corner of the wall, do you see something? Yes, I see the guy who is putting his gun on my head. Okay, nice information.
Yeah, and the workout he does, the crunch workout he does every time, and I was wondering that why he is concentrating that particular exercise. Then I understood that he placed himself on the ceiling and he bent and shot everybody. That was brilliant.
It's kind of his trick, right? He used his trick many times. Because we as human, we don't understand someone from the sailing, right? We're not bad.
like deer animals, we don't look up normally.
Yeah. So it was his trick. Okay, and he almost escaped, right, Sergey? What was the problem?
Yeah, and when they attacked him, they put gas granite, and he gun each other, and he switch on anti-fire system, and he changed the clothes, and he pretend as a SWAT. With mask. Oh, I'm injured. Oh, please save me. Okay. Go up, go downstairs. And he even safe. But Stan saw him, and maybe it's Leon. Maybe. And he understands that he is Leon. And we, in the last moment, we saw the world like Leon. And Leon went out from the building, and suddenly he fell down.
Yeah.
And
So last scene, it's like from first person view, right? We are looking on the circumstances from eyes, like we are Leon, right? And we are going, and the freedom is here, 1 meter.
Yeah.
I watched the final part, right?
It's a drama moment, and hello, Leon.
Yeah, he's starting to have his smile, right? Because I'm survived, and it's done.
Yeah, I have a gift from Matilda. It's a ring trick. What is the ring trick?
Yeah, a lot of hand grenades, right? Hand grenades.
Yeah.
And this ring is the protector, or that's how we call it, protector, teacher Lee?
It's what actuates. You pull the pin to actuate a time delay before the grenade blows up. So he had activated a grenade, and he had a whole bunch of grenades. So when it blew up, it was a huge explosion.
Yeah, it was really huge. Yeah. What else?
Yes, in our own adapted version, there was a couple of changes. In the end, he the guy survives the bomb blast, he because Indians don't like the protagonist to die. Another one is an interesting one is the plant he grows. They showed like the soil was mixed with ashes of his family. The family was died in maybe some kind of assassination or something, a bad past of the hitman. So he grows the plant, something like his family is around him. So that sort of sentiment with that plant. Those two was different from the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kind of a silly theme that ran through the whole movie, Layla, was that there was a small plant that
Right.
Leon took everywhere. Anytime he moved to a different apartment, he always took this plant with him, and he put it out every day in the sun. And at
Yeah.
nighttime he put it up, and he loved this plant. It was the only thing in his whole life he loved. And when he had to escape at the end, he wrapped the plant up in a blanket and gave it to Matilda. Save my plant, So at the very and early in the movie, she had said, "Why don't you take the plant and put it in the ground so it can grow roots?"
Yes.
He said,
Yes.
"No, no, 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 no." So
So
at
it
the
is.
end of the movie,
Yeah.
she plants it in the ground.
I
Right.
guess I guess it was more like Matilda said, if you really love this plant, you will be freed. You will be planted in the park and give
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah. Put it in a natural environment that it's happy, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But there's
actually,
one thing why Leon has chosen to be a live bomb.
he killed himself. He killed himself and he
Why?
killed Stan.
He
Because
was dying.
he was, yeah, he had no chances.
He was dying. Stan shot him in the back. So he was about to die, and Stan was right on top of him, gloating in his face.
Okay.
So this was his only chance to kill Stan, because he was going to die, and then Stan would hunt down Matilda and kill her.
Right.
So he decided to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
And I guess that Leon actually give freedom to his plants and to Matilda as well. Matilda went to another school and now he will start a new life, I guess. So they are both free. And there is no Stan anymore, so nobody will be watching for Matilda.
Yeah.
It's a happy end, almost. Like Indians like.
Yeah,
So yeah, go ahead.
I remember the funny moment when Matilda went to director and director asked him, "Please tell me tell me your story. My parents broken in the auto crash. I'm not believe me. Please tell me the true story." Okay, my father was drug dealer. My sister and brother was killed, and I am had a friendship with hitman. Maybe maybe previous story was better. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I thought they had kicked her out because they thought she was lying, but I guess they believed her and let her stay.
For these cases, we say that sometimes it's better not to ask. So it was your story.
So it still didn't really explain. It wasn't a boarding school, I don't think, where you lived there. I think you went there to school and came home. So it ended, she had no home and no money. So it still didn't really explain how she's going to survive, in life. It kind of left that open.
Yeah, probably.
Do you
But-
remember
But
conversation with Tony at the end after Leon died?
Yeah, I guess she could get money from him, I guess. Yeah.
But
yeah,
a bit, right? Not a
Yeah.
lot.
Once in a while, as Tony said.
yeah.
You liked Uncle Tony a lot.
Well, I like the way he's putting his words, so confident. So once
Yeah.
in a while, you can go there. Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
but there were few children, few girls in the end. I hope it's a residential school, I believe.
I didn't pay attention. I cannot say so. Maybe
There were boys and girls there, I thought, but
Yeah, there were all five girls sitting on the bench, and they were asking, "Have you ever seen her before?" Something like that.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
she
She
started
well,
to, yeah.
yeah. She had been gone for a long time, and she came back. And so a couple things that one uh, interesting scene I thought was cute was when she was in her neighborhood, which is drug dealers, lousy neighborhood. She was sitting outside, and this little gang of 5 or 6 teenage boys, 13, 14, 15, come up to her and say, "You can't sit here." Well, why not? Because we own this area. You can't sit here. You got to pay us money every month.
It's a
So she
parking
said,
meter.
so she said, yeah. She said, "Where's your parking meter?" So, well, how much is it? $10. So she pulls out $100 bill and says, "You got change?" Oh, no. Consider that for the whole year. Now get lost.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cute. Unexpected. I thought she was going to pull out a gun and shoot him, but she didn't. I was disappointed.
Sometimes
Then I thought they might rob her. Well, man, we're going to take all your money, but they said, "Oh, okay, cool. We'll leave you alone."
Yeah.
They didn't steal all their money.
yeah, not very plausible, right? If bully see your money, they will like pursue you for money. So not
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They would have said, "Give us all the money." Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So now you paid for your place. Now pay for your I don't know something else for your
Pay for your
air.
life. Yeah. And then at the end, it didn't really say what she did with her life, but I suspect that she's going to train herself to be an assassin and maybe go to work for Uncle Tony. But we
I
don't
hope
know.
Could
I
be
hope I hope for opposite. I hope it was a bright experience for her that make her think that there is nothing good in this. So sometimes when we are young, we need some bad experience to understand that was dangerous, that was bad. So maybe it will help her. I
I
guess.
agree with Teacher Lee because her past will never leave her, because at that age she was really, really affected by what had happened in the past.
She knew about the ugly side of life. She knew
Sure.
about drug dealing and murder and the kids bullying her for money for sitting outside in their territory. So she
Sure.
might have decided to become a vigilante of sorts. Who knows?
Okay. Okay. Anything else about movie? What we forgot? Maybe we forgot your favorite line. Someone.
I waited the sequel of this movie with Matilda, maybe 5 years, 6 years after watching this movie.
There are a lot of movies about female assassins. There's actually one, Yvonne, called Red Sparrow that's about a Russian woman that becomes an assassin. I watched
I,
a
for-
little bit of it. I didn't like it. I didn't watch it.
I forgot the name of actress who played this girl. Sergey, maybe you remember?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. And
Oh,
once I read an interview with Natalie Portman, and she said this role was a disaster. And why? Because she was so young, and in this movie, she was so cute, like and pretty and everything. So it's kind of make her an object for sexual attraction from that point. But she was young,
yeah.
and she said it changed my life. And now this lady, she is a very pro-feminist, very radical feminism, and vegan and
It's a hypocrisy, because without this role, Natalie Portman didn't have the success, because
yeah,
it's
she will be without this
opened the Hollywood for her. Absolutely.
yeah,
It's a
but
brilliant role for her. And in Russia, and I know this, he played in Star Wars and there are different kind of movies, but in Russia and in Europe, a lot of people know only one role. It's a girl from Leon.
Sergey, but it can be at the same time, at the same time, this role made her famous, but she hates this because it's possible at the same time, right?
Yeah, when you're a kid, you don't realize what your role model is. But when she grew up, she saw that she was a young kid dressing up like Marilyn Monroe and Madonna and dressing sexy and,
Mhm.
wanting to be a man's lover as a 12-year-old kid. So
Yeah,
it was not a really good role for her,
yeah,
but at the time she
I
didn't
think
know that. When
I
she
think
grew
we
up, she
have
went, "Oh my God, what did I do?"
yes, I think we had a gold period of Hollywood from 19th of 18th to 2010 maybe.
it
But
will it will it will be returned back. Let's hope for the best. So,
Yeah.
but
One
at
more.
least. Mhm,
Go ahead.
please.
Go ahead.
At least we know one thing. This movie broke her life, and she now a radical feminist because of this, and she said it in her interview. Oh, so yeah,
maybe
Tisha.
One thing that I thought was kind of stupid and implausible was when he first met Matilda, he said, "How old are you?" And she said, "I'm 18." And he went, "Oh, okay." He believed she was 18. He didn't
Yeah,
question it. And when Leon saw her, or the bank guy saw her, they knew immediately she wasn't 18. But Leon was so naive, so gullible. I don't know, but he thought she was 18. It's like, come on, you know?
yeah. And I'm looking on our Padlet. We have a few questions. Thank you, Vasanth. And one of them is what could be the past life of Leon? But we know this exactly. It was a dialogue between someone, between I forgot, between Leon and Tony probably, and they discussed
Yeah.
his past life. Sergey, do you remember this? Or Vasanth, maybe? Sergey, do you remember the past life of Leon?
yeah, I remember, and he told the story about his life in Italy, and when he loved one girl from a respectful family, and her father didn't like him, and he killed her, and Leon killed him, and after that he left Italy, and he moved to USA, and Leon's uncle had conversation with Tony. Tony, please help Leon to live in the USA. And
Yeah.
okay,
Terrible story. Terrible story. What a father can kill his own daughter. I can't imagine.
yes,
Yeah.
and I think that Leon had a psychological injury of it, and that's why he uneducated and he didn't read,
Yeah.
he can't read.
He's traumatized, right? He's
Yeah,
traumatized or something. Yeah. I have the same impression. So he's kind of mentally damaged, mentally sick, right? He's naive, he's gullible, he's not developing anywhere. Yeah, strange.
Yeah, almost mentally retarded. He
Retarded.
stopped
Yeah.
developing mentally at some point and just became a cold-hearted killer.
Yeah.
It was all he knew, all he cared about. Didn't even bother learning how to read. He didn't care about learning how to read. Didn't try to
Why
improve himself.
yeah, why do I need this, right? But
Yeah.
this is another question. If not for money or revenge, why did he become a hitman? I guess because Tony said so. So I guess it was like not his decision maybe anymore. So he became to US with nothing, went to his uncle, and uncle probably said, "You will be a hitman" or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was just a job of opportunity. He had no money, so Uncle Tony said, "I got a job for you."
Yeah.
And maybe initially it was just, threatening people or intimidating people, but slowly it developed into, "I need this guy dead," you know.
Mhm.
So it might have slowly became more and more of an assassin job.
Yeah. Another question: why doesn't Leon sleep on the chair? Why does Leon sleep on the chair, not in the bed? Sergey, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't understand it. And when Matilda slept down Leon on the bed, and wow, it's cool. But I don't know. Maybe maybe psychologist's injury.
Yeah, the same thing. Mental issues or something. So probably something related to the bed or something related to be always on guard, always with your gun and be ready to run or something.
Somebody knocks on the door, your gun's right there and you're pointing at the door, really paranoid. I don't know. Or maybe he didn't know what a bed was for. It was almost as if he didn't know what a bed was for. Oh, this
Could
is
be.
pretty comfortable. I never thought about laying on a bed before. It didn't make sense.
Okay, and the last question. Would you like to be a hitman? Vova, could you please describe what is to be a hitman? What does it mean? Assassin, right. Yeah. And what assassins do? What they do?
They kill men.
They kill people, right? Oh man, as you said, politically correct, right? Like Leon did. Okay. So would you like to be a hitman? Vova?
No, I don't.
But why not? You are so brutal, you have your gun, you can kill anyone. Why not?
Because I don't want to run from police.
Run from what? Sorry.
The police.
Run
Okay.
from
He
police.
doesn't want to be a fugitive.
Okay. You don't need to be a criminal, right? A fugitive or in prison.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. I don't know. No, Sergey, what about you? What could be an advantage? What could be the advantages of being a hitman?
Not obviously, but when the movie released in our country, the hitman and the criminal were very popular because we had the changes period from USSR to Russia, and we have a lot of killers, we have a lot of criminals everywhere.
Yeah.
And this movie started to be iconic. That's why, because the criminal story stay on the good ground. Wow, it's a hitman. Wow, it's a good glasses. Wow, it's a good voice. Wow, I wanted to be a hitman. Yeah, I remember this time. Yeah, we wanted to be very hard, very brave, because this film
Yeah, macho.
demonstrated
Yeah.
this behavior.
But
We
I think
don't, we didn't think about mental injury. We thought only about guns.
Well, I think there are a lot of disadvantages, to be a hitman. For instance, when you hit someone, it's a dangerous job, right? You can be killed by them, and moreover, your clients don't like you because they are clients, so you are a string that can bring police to him. So it's very common that assassin killed by his client, not his target. Yeah.
You're expendable. You
Expendable.
know too much. At some point, you become a liability to your boss.
Yeah. Not a job I would like to have, and I'm not sure about is it well paid or not. I doubt it.
I'm sure you can make good money. I mean, he got 5,000 a person, but that's small money today, I think.
Yeah. I would not go there for $5,000.
Remember the accountant?
Yeah.
He was an assassin. He had all kinds of money, gold, expensive paintings. He had all kinds of money from his profession. Yeah.
Okay, another piece of art. I guess you can see it, right? Leon the professional. And
The
professional
bombs,
is
yeah.
targets, right? And bombs. And
Yeah.
bomb has a cord, right? It's a cord on the top, or how we call it?
Fuse.
Fuse. Okay, fuse. The thing that we ignite, right? Fuse.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuse.
Okay.
If a person has a short fuse, they get angry quickly.
Yeah.
Man, he's got a short fuse. That means he blows up quickly in anger.
Not a good thing, right? To have.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Vova, could you please start? Please describe this picture. You're muted, Vova.
The lion
Mhm.
catch the another
Gangster.
gangster,
Mhm.
and they want to this gangster talk to telephone.
Mhm. By the telephone to another guy, right? Mhm.
Yes, and Leon wants to uh, uh, wants to that gangster afraid.
To scare the guy, right? To scare the guy, to make.
Okay,
Mhm.
scares him.
Yeah. Okay. What about some? What you can see? You know, their appearance, how they look like.
I can see Leon in glasses.
Yes, he wore glasses, or he has glasses. He had glasses, right?
And the gangster is afraid him
Afraid of him, right?
because he knows that Leon can hit him,
Kill him, yeah.
kill him. Yes.
With a knife, right? Do you see
With
the
a
knife?
knife.
Yeah. Well, very good, very good. I'm impressed. So, what else? Actually, I have nothing to add.
This was an interesting scene. After he slaughtered the guy's bodyguards with ease,
Mhm.
and then when he gets this guy, I don't know where he came from in that's little dead end corner. I don't know where he came from, but he comes up out of the dark and says, "Call this number." So all that, and the result is call this phone number. Leave town. Let me talk to Leon. He wants to talk to you. Leon, make sure he understands. You understand? I understand.
So, but yeah, it was a little bit complex like this. So, give phone to our mutual friend or something. And I heard that you are back to the town only for today. Okay. So if you on the wire, if police had this conversation, there is nothing said actually, right? So it was a normal conversation. Okay, Sergey, would you please describe this one?
Yeah, there is a grocery, and Leon has a case with guns, and he stayed in front of refrigerators with beer, and I can read Heineken beer, and above the Heineken we can see milk, and in front of on the right side we can see a glass of beers. On the on the right side of photo, we can see some preserves, corns with vegetables, green.
Yes. Yeah, how we call them? How we call this? I mean, this way to put things in a metal can. Is it?
We just say canned food.
Canned food. Okay, canned food. Sergey, I can read this poster if you want. So, drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We have to warn everyone about everything in America.
yeah, and we have the similar label of our cigarettes.
Yeah,
and
on cigarette.
With photos.
Oh, it's terrible, right? I don't know if actually if you had this in America, but now it's not now. Like for 5 years, probably on every cigarette pack we have a photo of something terrible. You know, of something of lung cancer or something. You know, of broken heart or.
Yeah.
You know, when a long time ago, on our cigarettes, there used to be a severe warning that said caution or danger. Smoking cigarettes can cause lung cancer. You know, and then later the tobacco companies paid money to the government, I guess, So then it was changed to caution, cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health. So they watered it down where it was kind of, it might hurt you, it might not.
I understand. Sergey, do you like the style of his hair?
Yeah, I liked, and I like the style of
His jacket, or what it was called?
it's not jacket, it's a
Coat.
coat, and the coat with body t-shirt. And in my country, this t-shirt called alcoholic t-shirt. Yeah, because alcoholic went from their flat for new glass of vodka with alcoholic t-shirt and coat. Absolutely similar.
Yeah. Not a like fashion way to wear things.
But
Yes.
Another thing odd about Leon is he drank milk. Now,
All the time.
yeah, now normally over here, the only adults that drink milk are the Mormons. They're a religious group, like Donny Osmond and Marie Osmond, if you know them. They always drink milk on TV. You know, if you're a goody two shoes, you drink milk. So here, this guy's a killer, but it was against his religion to drink alcohol. You know, I just drink milk. It didn't fit. It didn't fit at all why he drank milk. You know, he wasn't a good guy. You can't call him a good guy by any stretch of the imagination. So why not
Yeah.
just let him drink beer, you know?
But I remember how he was lecturing Matilda that you should leave your profanity talking. Try to be nice. So I like it, this part here.
Yeah.
Okay, so his room, we can see this plant and some, actually it's not his room, like just a rented room. So TV, but he seems did not watch it. Okay, let's skip a few. So this milk, right? Leila Lee left us, but I would think that this picture would illustrate what Leila said about his eyes, like, you know, absent-minded or something. Look, so okay, let's skip one. Vasanth, would you like, please, to describe this one?
Yes, I think she was hit by her father, and could see her nose bleeding. And, he's handing over his handkerchief to wipe the blood. And you can see a red color box on the wall. Maybe it's some sort of fire, related to fire or something. An emergency box, a medical kit, something like that.
Yeah, standpipe, that relates to the fire water piping system, sprinkler system.
Okay, there's a standpipe sign, on the right side. Standpipe. I think that is used.
So what we can say about this building usually? So we know it's in New York, right? It's in New York, and how it looks like for poor people or what? So it's strange doors in this hall. I don't know why.
Maybe fire doors.
Maybe there's like separate sections of apartments or something.
Minimize smoke spread during a fire, something like that. Yeah.
There is no elevator. We can see only these chairs, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe
it's kind of cheap looking. The pipes are not hidden. The conduit, is not hidden. Everything is visible to the eye, so it's kind of ugly. There's been no attempt to make it look pretty. It looks like on the far left, there's a breaker box where you flip the breakers if you lose power. No, the other one, the far left.
This one.
No, to the left.
Okay,
Left. Keep going left. Up above the
this
firebox.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
probably electrical breakers. You know, everything's visible out in the hallway. It's not pretty at all. So it's
Yeah.
a low quality building.
Yeah, Vova, how do we call this design? Vova likes this joke usually. It's a Russian design, right? You can see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no decoration at all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. So he's sitting on his chair, right? And his gun is there, and strange radio, very old-fashioned one. And what else? And on the right, there is it's kind of a table
I
with
don't know
a,
what that is. That's weird
yeah,
looking.
yeah, with a teapot or something. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's skip a few. Okay. So, Vova, could you please describe this one?
The Matilda uh, and Leon goes to the hotel.
Mhm.
Mm,
They went to the hotel because Matilda did something bad in their room. She discharged the arm, right, and make sound. So they had to change like their place. So they went to hotel with his
Well,
plan.
at one point she shot a gun out the window, and then at another point she told the counter guy, "I'm his lover." So
Yeah, it
they
wasn't
got kicked
his.
out
Yeah.
a couple times. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there is not much to describe. So let me help you. So there is a poster: furnished rooms for rent. So furnished, it means with some like inside you have chair, bed, and
Right. You can, a lot of times when you rent a room in an apartment, it's empty and you have to provide your own furniture,
Mhm, mhm.
which we can rent furniture, but it's more trouble. Here they have furnished rooms. You just pay the rent and move in and you're there. You know, so it's a convenience to have a furnished room to rent.
Yeah. And actually, they use this case for violin. Is it a case? Actually, case.
Case.
Violin?
Yeah. Yeah. Case.
They used case for violin to hide their guns there. But but guy, the receptionist, he was like concerned about this violin, and he asked them, "Will it be loud or something? Please be careful with other guests of us." So
Yeah.
they provide the legend, right? That they are musicians or something,
Excuse. Yeah.
an excuse, right?
Yeah. He didn't know how to explain it. So she jumped in and got a little creative and improvised,
Mhm, mhm.
you know.
Yeah. Okay, another one. Vasanth, would you like?
This is where he trains her with a sniper gun. He tells her that to close the lid of that lens because it reflects the light, so it may alert the enemy. You can see nothing. They are on the terrace of the. Is that terrace? No, I think it's the roof. Is that right?
Roof. Yeah.
Roof of that building. And cloth. They laid a cloth on the floor, and they're checking maybe targets in the park. And I think it's a silencer on the tip of that gun.
Yep.
I think for long distance rifles, we don't have silencer because you don't need it actually, but we have something that prevent fire to be visible. And
Yeah.
we have
Flash suppressor. Yeah.
flash suppressor, right? Flash suppressor. And for the same reason, you have this case for optical device to not to make a flashlight to the target. So you have to close it, and you use another system, and you open it just before the shoot, before you shoot from the rifle. Yeah. Strange. Okay, I like this one. Vova, would you please describe this one?
Matilda and Leon play game.
To guess the character from the movie, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Leon show ковбой.
Yeah, John Wayne. Do you remember this guy? He took a character from a cowboy movie, from Western movie, right? John Wayne. Okay. Tell us more about this game.
You should, you must show another player
Mhm.
should
Should guess. Should guess, right? And what do you remember? What was Matilda's characters? Who won the game actually? Was Leon good at this game?
No.
No. Because he's never watching the TV, right? But we forgot to mention he from time to time went to cinema. Do you remember at the beginning he sat at the cinema and watching some old movie, like American movie. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, let me read the chat. Teacher wrote wardrobe cabinet on the right, electrical outlet, so you can plug in your devices.
Yeah.
And how we call this device that you plug in? Antennas?
Rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears?
It's an antenna. Yeah, you can make them longer, and you can point them.
Yeah. But usually I'm talking about the device that you like the ending of the wire when you put it into outlet.
Oh, the plug. The plug.
Okay, plug.
Okay, the plug. Okay.
Okay, light switch. Yes, this one. One movie, the plug. Okay, I guess it's more or less.
This is an old TV. We call them console TVs. They stand on the floor.
Mhm.
And this is the old kind. You had no remote. You had to get up, walk over to it, and change the channel and adjust the volume manually.
I remember this. I heard this one. Yeah.
Oh, the old days.
Good old days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's the last one. We are out of time. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for discussion. And we already have movie for the next class. It will be from Star Trek series, the Guardians of I forgot.
Forever.
The Guardians for Forever or of Forever.
Well, I think the real name is The City on the Edge of Forever.
I see.
But the machine is called the Guardian of Forever.
I see. So I will take probably it will be harder to find the source. So write in the chat if you cannot find the source, we will find something. We will find something together.
I can try to make a recording of it and share that. It'll be about 45 minutes. It's going to be a short movie, if you will, a short, it's a TV episode, but it has some interesting concepts. The plot of it's kind of interesting. So
yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you, Teacher Lee, for your support. A pleasure as always, and see you next week. Bye.
bye everyone. Bye, Vasanth.